Hello, beautiful family of light. Welcome to this Pick a Box Timeless Messages for Your Soul. My name is Lisa Lyle. This is my channel here on YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new, a very warm welcome to you. And if you've been traveling with me for a while, waves of love and gratitude to you. Thanks so much for being here. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do take a moment to hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it greatly supports this channel's ability to grow and reach new members of our family. So, for that, I am grateful. If you haven't taken a moment yet to have a look at the thumbnail, please pause the video now and go and have a look at the thumbnail and intuit, allow your heart to guide you to the box or boxes that have a message for you. This is going to be really fun for me as well because I haven't looked in these boxes for a very long time, so I have no clue what cards we're going to be working with for each of the messages. I just trust that the messages that come through are the message that's going to support you in the now moment that you receive it. So, if you were guided to this cute little wooden box, let's see which cards we've got and what your message is. Oh, that's beautiful. So, right away, I'm feeling like your loved ones in spirit. Where did that go? Okay. Your loved ones in spirit are surrounding you. And I say that because as I open the box, I see a card from the funeral of my beloved aunt who passed away a couple years ago now. We're coming up to the 2 year mark. So I just feel like this is a kiss from heaven, and I'm really feeling like these messages are coming to you from your loved ones in spirit, those who love you unconditionally, those you knew in life, and those you didn't. So, we are working with the Shaman Wisdom Oracle cards, and I really love these cards. So, we're going to go for 3 cards to see what message one fell. Oh, this is more confirmation of the loved ones in spirit. Oh, what happened to the light here? Hmm. Oh, there we go. The long night moon. This is more confirmation that your loved ones in spirit are walking close to you and wanting to bring you comfort. It's really interesting because the long night moon is the moon in which my beloved transitioned back in 2018. So it truly was a long night. It is a number 10, and 10 in the tarot is the Wheel of Fortune. And I'm really feeling guided to say to you, keep going in the direction of your dreams. Even though it may appear to you in this moment, it's not working out, or you're not sure how it's going to work out, this is strong confirmation that in fact it is working out. Following the long night moon, we have a gate, the feminine second chakra, which is your sacral, and air. The long night moon is Capricorn, rosettes, and elders. What's going to change? There's something in your experience that it's something that you are being asked to change, and I actually feel that you know what it is. It's almost like you've been putting it off. This is coming through, and the 10 and the 50 comes to 60, which reduces to a 6. This is about what you're here for, your path and purpose. And if you don't address your physical, emotional, and spiritual health, your mental health as well, then you are going to have a difficult time moving forward. And perhaps you've recently lost a loved one and you're still sitting within that energy of disbelief, like kind of pinch me, is this real? And I'm feeling guided to say, allow yourself to move through that process and yet to keep moving. Don't get stuck in that wallowing energy. Your loved one is safe. Your loved one is no longer in pain. Your loved one is at home with the source of all things, and in particular, unconditional love. There also feels for some of you that there is a need for healing and clearing of that sacral chakra. So, the sacral chakra is the space between your hips. This is the place in the body where we store emotions, it's in our emotional storehouse. And so, if we haven't been effectively dealing with our emotions from the time we were children, around the age of 7, is when this chakra begins to develop. Perhaps you never were taught or learned to freely express yourself, or when you did, you were shut down. There's a real need for opening and clearing and healing of this, and it's also in the space in the body where we store grief. And so it's really important that you show up for yourself and allow yourself to move through this process of release and healing, because it's also within the sacral chakra that the waters of life, the healing waters of life, reside within you. It's a creative center, it's a passionate center. And so it feels like you're really being guided to address this center. Two more cards came out for you. It's funny because here we have Mint, number 29, and it's a masculine energy, East, Mercury, and air. And 29 comes to 11. This is really about you stepping on your path of mastery. And perhaps you have tummy issues, stomach issues, digestion. You're having trouble accepting life on life's terms. I'm moving up into the solar plexus chakra as I'm saying this. And it really feels like, mint tea, peppermint tea, this kind of stuff really supports the digestion, the digestive system. And it really feels like there is an opportunity at this time to balance the masculine and feminine energies within your experience, not external, not, if you're a woman, it's not like finding a man and, that's going to fix it, because it doesn't. This is about you addressing the masculine and feminine issues within you and balancing them, and merging the divine masculine and feminine within your experience. With Mercury being here, I'm really feeling like Mercury is all about communication. And if you've noticed, my voice has started to kind of shift and change. It feels like first I'm being guided to ask you, how is your self-talk? What are the things that you're saying to yourself? Are they kind? Are they true? Are they necessary? Number one. Number two, when we don't express our emotions, when we push down our emotions, when we deny our emotions, they sit in the body and it's almost like a festering wound, right? We don't know what it's going to take, but there's going to be something that's going to have us snap or pop off. And we don't really want to do this, because then we end up, muddying the waters of relationships with people who have nothing to do with, the reasons why we feel the way we do, or the emotions that we've been holding back. So I do feel that, and as I record, Mercury is retrograde, and this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity to go within, that hermit's cave or that bear's cave, and really reflect upon your experience, and make any adjustments. Remember, you're being called to make some changes, and it feels like you know what these changes are, but you've been resistant to the change. And so Mercury is really about that inner journey, that inner vision. The way that we communicate with ourselves is reflective of the way that we communicate with others. So it's the self-talk, the conversations we have with ourselves that no one knows about. So it's really important to address these things, because you are being led on your path of mastery. And the path of mastery is, a courageous walk, because it really requires us to tune into our heart, to tune into our physical vessel, which is the home of, our soul in this lifetime. And so this feels like an opportunity for you to make a fresh start. 10, as much as it's the Wheel of Fortune energy, it is also the energy of the Fool and the Magician. So are you able to laugh at yourself, And if you're not able to laugh at yourself, it's clearing away all the debris, all the clutter that's within that prevents you from seeing, the humor of human ways, truly. And the final card you've received here is number 63, which reduces to a 9. This is about completing out a cycle to move into this cycle of the Wheel of Fortune. You must be willing to release and let go of things in order to begin again. And as it's already been said, this feels like a fresh start. This is the earth energy. Of course, it's feminine. And it's the earth. So getting out to nature, really working with Mother Nature to do the clearing, inhale, breathing deep into your belly, exhale, sending your breath down and out through your root chakra and the soles of your feet. So that I always envision Mother Earth as like this massive composter, and we give her our density and she transforms it and reworks it and gives it back to us as life affirming oxygen, food that we eat, all of that. So I feel that this is an opportunity for you for a massive overhaul. And it's important that you know your loved ones in spirit are working with you, encouraging you, and really, really wanting you to move forward, move beyond the heartache, move beyond the pain. And it's only you that can do it. So working with the cycles of the moon, working with plant medicine, and really important for you is mint or peppermint. Working with the element of the earth and agate, any one of the agates, they're so nurturing. And, working with these stones to support your transition at this time is going to be very useful. Let me see here. Is there anything else? If I add all these numbers up, it comes to 21, 26, 8. They all come to a 26, which is an 8. At the time of recording, we are in a universal 8 year. And so this is really about the self, right? The eternal self, in service to the eternal self now through the temporary human. So do what you can this year. Do what you can starting today, making one small change a day, really trusting and following your intuition. Know that you are being led on the path of fulfillment, and it's up to you to be courageous enough to follow the inner guidance and really take the steps that you are being asked to take. So I trust that these messages have been supportive to you. Thank you so much for being here. Please drop a comment down below and let me know how your message felt to receive. Thumbs up. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, have a look in the description box, visit my website, and it would be my honor and privilege to be of service to you. So thank you so much. So if you were guided to this cute little box, which I've had for decades, let's see what's in it. Okay, so we have some blue calcite in it. And this is really about calcite's really all about emotional healing. Calcite comes in many colors, clear, golden, orange, what else do I have? Yellow, and then blue. And with this particular piece of calcite. I have always strongly connected with my personal angels, my angels that have been with me for life, who love me unconditionally. And they, what I'm feeling most for you as I connect with this stone, and we've got the beautiful Crow Tarot in this deck, what I'm feeling with is that this you're in need of some emotional healing. Not as Marvin Gaye sang about, or whoever sang about that, sexual healing. This is about emotional healing. And it's funny because the emotional part of our body and the sexual part of our body are the same place. And so I'm really feeling guided to say that sometimes we mistake lust for love. And this is really about, I feel like there's a need for you to show yourself some love, and respect yourself enough to walk away from situations that aren't loving, truly loving. I mean, anybody can have sex, right? It's like true intimacy. Um, and there, with this blue calcite, it feels like there's a need for you to honor your truth. And so, what is your truth? Are you living in your truth, or are you living within the lies of, oh my gosh, first out is number 21, the world. So, this is 21 is reminding you that you are a channel of light. The world is completing a phase to begin again. So it feels like you're being asked to release anything, anybody, any situation in your life that's not really truly filling your cup, right? And it begins with you. And it really begins like, I feel like your angels are communicating with you and you're just kind of like brushing things off. Yeah, okay. Kind of like blowing it off. That's really what I'm feeling. Um, Emotional healing is what I hear. Emotional healing, emotional healing. It's like it's up to you to get up and make the changes because you it's so funny since the first reading. So communication is a big thing. And again, same that was said to the first group, how do you talk to yourself? Are you selling yourself short with these with a casual relationship with someone who's perhaps not really invested in your emotional, physical, spiritual, mental well-being? And at the end of the day, the only person responsible for caring for all of that is you. And so as you complete this cycle, it is going to require you to be courageous. It is going to require you to step outside of your comfort zone, because sometimes we get stuck in relationships and situationships and all of this because it's comfortable, right? And perhaps we don't want to be alone. We're not really comfortable being on our own. And yet, that is where it all begins. All of our relationships begin with our relationship to ourselves. And so I really feel like you are being called back to wrap out a cycle that hasn't really been fulfilling and overly supportive to you, so that you can begin again back at the starting point. And don't worry, like, it's like, oh, I have to begin again. Trust me, I've been there. I know it can be disheartening, and yet it's an opportunity to do it your way, to, clear away the wreckage of the past, to clear away the pain that you've held so closely within, and make a new beginning. Look at this, because we've got the Queen of Pentacles. And I love it because I was really drawn to the crown on the world card, and now we've got the Queen of Pentacles. And so there is a need to clear stuff away so that you can create what you came here to create. And that's really abundance. and prosperity. The whole entire universe, the cosmos is your oyster, if you will, and it's up to you to adjust your crown. Um, what are they showing me? There, it's like adjust your crown and clear the ground that you walk on. Know that the path is clear for you to go forward and bring through your dreams. Because, I'm seeing this bunny here. So the bunny is all about fertility, and it's also about fear. Are you frozen in fear, afraid to make the next move? Or are you willing to really honor the fertile ground that you are? And the beautiful dreams of your heart, the creations that you came here to create. Only you can do that. I'm not sure, but that looks like a butterfly to me. It may just be a flower, but I'm really seeing a butterfly. So transformation, and the orange is taking me back to that sacral chakra, the same place as emotional healing and sexual healing. And a lot of times, like, let's get honest here. A lot of times, the sexual connections that we have with others aren't really healing connections. In fact, they're perpetuating the wounding, and they trigger the repressed emotions. So if you're in a situation like that, I'm really feeling guided. It's time for you to get out. Like, it's time for you to make the connection. It may feel good and, fulfilling in the moment. How do you feel on the other side? What are you left with? And that's what you need to address. Because, it feels like you're highly creative and you are meant to have an experience of wealth and abundance. And, it's funny because the next two cards, we've got the death card, transformation. I was just talking about that butterfly. This is all about transformation. This isn't um, physical death. This is the death of aspects of yourself that just are no longer working. This is the death of perhaps relationships in your life. And, it's not always, it's really, that process is not easy to go through. And yet we do it many, many times throughout the course of our life, because then what is coming is this beautiful 10 of Cups, emotional fulfillment, right? Emotional fulfillment after we release the baggage of the painful past, or the painful present. We don't want to carry that pain forward during this time of new beginnings. And so are you willing to do what you need to experience emotional fulfillment? And if you're already there and you're feeling fulfilled and your cup is full and it's running over, then get busy um, get busy creating what you came here to create, that abundance, that prosperity, that, share your gifts. Your gifts, ultimately, at the end of the day, after our personal healing journey, we're all here to share our gifts, right? To grow with one another, to support one another. So are you, like, what is your wish? And are you willing to live your bliss, to go through this process of getting rid of what's no longer working, whether it's thoughts, relationships, jobs, friends, family, all of that kind of stuff, and choosing you, the Queen of Pentacles, right? The Queen of Pentacles experiencing the 10 of Cups. 10, emotional fulfillment. Are you fulfilled? Are your relationships give and take? The sunflower here, happy little flowers. They follow the sun, right? The sun's over here. The sunflower is looking here. The sun's there. It looks over there. So are you willing to follow your inner sun? We don't have to look around. It's within us. Can you feel it? Can you feel the heat? Do you feel the glow? Do you feel the warmth? And if not, it's really important that you allow yourself to go through this process. It's funny because the death card is number 13, and 13 collectively is this number that we've been kind of trained and conditioned to believe is like a bad number. There are really no bad numbers. And in fact, number 13 is the number of the divine feminine, the sacred feminine. So this is about working with Mother Earth, working with the mother energy to move through this transition of death and rebirth. And the message I received quite some time ago is that death and rebirth take place in the same space. They take place at the same, within the same space. So as something's dying off, something new is being born. And that newness is being born for you, through you. So either you're going to step into the energy of the fertile bunny or the scared bunny. And with the cards that you've received, I would say stop being scared bunny and step into your fertility. Truly, you are loved and supported, and the universe is your oyster. So I trust that those messages have resonated for you. Thank you so much for being here. Please do leave a comment down below. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know how your message felt to receive. And if you would like to connect more personally with me, information is in the description box below. And so finally, if you were guided to this beautiful little box, let's see what cards we're working with and what your message is. Oh, beauty. We've got the beautiful Healing Energy cards by Leanne Peters of Temple of Balance. Incredibly gifted creator, artist. So let's see what messages are coming through for you. And this is a combination of the original Healing Energy cards and the Healing Energy cards too. So I've combined the two decks, and let's see what comes out for you. So some nice deep breathing here. It's a lot of cards to navigate. So these are definitely going to be messages about healing for you. This is from the second. I don't think I've ever seen this card. How beautiful. And of course it comes, 8 plus 4 comes to a 12. You are a channel of light, large and looming. What I'm really feeling with this is that your presence, you've been doing your inner work, or at least you're beginning to do the inner work, and your energy is building, and it's really about ready to, it feels as if you are getting ready. It's like you're preparing yourself to step out and to really look at that flower growing at the top. It's like all of your hard work is paying off, and I feel like it's important for you to know that. It's also important for you to know that you are a channel of light and that you are born for abundance and creativity. It's your birthright. 12 is the energy in the tarot of the Hanged Man. And so it feels like at this time you may be within this phase of like really contemplating, trying to, the Hanged Man is hanging in the tree of life, awaiting wisdom and information. And it feels like this perhaps is where you are in this time of waiting until the time is right to make the move. And I'm feeling guided to say, they want one more. Everybody got 4, so you're going to get 4 too. I feel like saying your time of waiting is completing, and it's going to be about moving forward. Oh, that's really funny. They're having me notice that looks like a daffodil, that flower. And so here at this time of recording in my part of the world, the Northern Hemisphere, it's spring and daffodils. I have a number of daffodils coming up in the yard. And so this is about new life. And are you willing to step into your new life, or are you still holding yourself back from really experiencing the joy of it all? The message on this card is the scale may seem overwhelming. Intensity. Step out of your comfort zone. Practice. get the task complete, conquer this. Hard work and commitment. Yeah. And it feels like really that you have been doing the work, but yet maybe you're getting like, oh, when is this ever going to end? When do I get to move on to the next phase? And you may feel like you want to just like give up. I'm like, I've done enough already. I'm with you. I hear you. And yet we mustn't give up. How could we give up on ourselves? How could you give up on your dreams? Everything that is there for you to deal with must be addressed and dealt with. Remember, you're a channel of light. You're receiving. Um, you are receiving. I just saw an elephant come in. It's like you're receiving ancient wisdom. You're revisiting, and it feels like some of you are rehashing, situations of the past. And none of that can be changed, right? And we have to stop looking at the world and our life through these rose-colored glasses, in order for us to truly uh, become who we were before the world told us who we weren't, right? And so this is about really stepping in to your power. And then you've got the new power rising, number 77. I see the seven. So this is about your physical body. Seven to me is always about the physical body. It's a highly spiritual number, and it's addressing what's within. If you feel overwhelmed, we notice on the first card we've got um, many of the colors of the chakras here. This is about clearing away the residue, the gunk that clogs up the drain, if you will, that clogs up the channel that you are. And so this is your power. Your power is your ability to show up for yourself. Your power is always present in each and every hour. It's not out there somewhere and it's not back there. It's right here, right now. So let's just take a moment and put your hands on your belly. Breathe in, feel your belly rise. Exhale, feel your belly drop back. And keep doing that. Keep doing that, because where that belly's rising and falling is the home of your personal power. It's also the home of your ego. And so we're either going to be ego driven or spirit guided. I would encourage you strongly to be spirit guided. And sometimes it may take a few hits to the ego in order to make that transition, to make that shift, to really allowing spirit, our higher self, to sort of guide the ship. It says here, you're the conqueror of obstacles. Bravery, a tough situation has made you stronger. Resilience, responsibility, true power, and momentum building. For you, I'm feeling breath practice is really, really important. So, yeah, I have a playlist here, 21 Days of Breathing. You may want to take a look at that. I'll link it in the description box below. Working with your breath, because this is truly your power. Your breath is the breath of God, the breath of Creator, of Source. And I really feel like this is an opportunity for you to hone in your intentions, to hone in on your personal power. Stop running around looking outside of yourself. Your personal power resides right here, right now, this very hour. And there's no obstacle in your life that you cannot overcome and rise above. No situation, nothing. Music is also, I feel music is very important to you. So perhaps as you meditate, as you retire for the day and go to sleep, and as you're beginning to go to sleep, playing some 432 hertz music in the background, and just allowing yourself to drift off to sleep with that energy guiding you. So you got two cards from the Healing Energy 2, the first two cards, and the next two cards are from the original Healing Energy cards, and this is cellular change. So it's a number 37, which is a 10, which is a Wheel of Fortune energy, which is also a 1 energy, a new beginning, which is also the 1 and the 0 combined, the Fool and the Magician. And there are changes happening on a cellular level, and you're either supporting the changes by following the intuition and the guidance. I mean, we're changing all the time, and energetically, the cosmos is really supporting our changes. The earth is changing, so we're feeling the changes that she is undergoing. And so it's really important. I'm really feeling like I just heard trace minerals, making sure you're getting enough of the minerals and vitamins that you need. And so trace minerals kind of covers off everything. We used to, back in the old days, we used to get this from our food because the soil that the food was grown in was had nutrients in it, and so the food had those nutrients. And today that's not really the case unless you're growing your own food, or you're going to a farm where you know that their practices are integral. But this industry food that we're all consuming is pretty much garbage. So it's really important that we address the deficiencies from the food. I mean, we're a lot of us eat good food, but I'm just saying most of what we find in the grocery stores, in particular in the aisles on the shelves, is crap. And it's in many cases doing more harm than good. So this is about supporting your body as it goes through these changes. Trace minerals and iodine are key for you. I don't know why that's come through. They keep having me look over at my basket of um, supplements. And so I feel that that is critical to you, particularly if you haven't been feeling well. You may be feeling tired and uh, just like low energy. Work on supporting your physical vessel, because that's what seven's all about, right? The physical body. We talked about the clutter of the chakras, but this is really speaking about the physical body is undergoing massive changes, and you can support yourself. And you can see, like in this image, there's like the new life um, taking form in there. And so your new life is born from within, right? We don't get a new person in our life and, oh yes, like this is the new beginning. It's about us taking care of ourselves, addressing what we live within and what we live with within, and then we get to, from this space, from within, we get to give birth to this new life through our breath, through our practices, through our devotion to our spiritual essence. The message on the card says love, healing on a cellular level, union, merging. This is the masculine and feminine within coming together. Wholeness, complete, galactic connections, anchoring love, change, the new, truth, and heaven into your body and life now. You are ready. And so you are the bringer and the bridge to and of heaven on earth. Are you living it? Are you feeling it? Are you um, are you addressing the stuff that you have lived with for a long time? Are you feeling overwhelmed by the changes you are being guided to make? Stop. Place your hands on your heart, one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Deep breath in. You have the power. The power is in your breath, and the power is always in the present moment. Ah, and finally, the expansion card. You are the creator. 3, the number of the Empress, the embodiment of the sacred feminine, the creator, the sacred trinity, mother, father, God, the dear child of light that you are. The cosmos, the universe supports us, right? And it's up to us to really tap into and allow all those powers that are supporting us to actually support us. No going it alone. We've never gone it alone. You're never alone. So, really harnessing, I feel like through your breath, through meditation, through daily practice, harnessing your personal power, which is present right here and now. Divine truth guides you. Honor your emotions. Express your emotions. Don't bottle them up. Don't hold them back. And that doesn't mean go out there and spew on everyone all your emotions. And, like our sadness, oftentimes, if we don't address our sadness and our pain, it expresses as anger and rage. And so we really want to walk through this process with our angels, with a loving creator, um, with our loved ones in spirit, with Jesus, our brother, and calling on all that support that's there for us to guide us through the next breath, through the next step. 3 is, it's said, is like the number of creation, right? I guess from that Trinity. So really harnessing your personal power and clearing away anything that doesn't resonate and support your expansion, because you are expanding, whether you like it or not. That skin that you've lived within, you're outgrowing it, right? So it's time to let it go, shake it off, shimmy it off against the rocks, and so that the new, improved, more radiant version of you comes through. And so this is really beautiful, these 2 cards coming out together. Star Galactic Connections. It already talked here about galactic connections. So tuning into your star family, maybe doing a meditation as you gaze at the stars in the night sky. Reconnect with your star home. Intergalactic travel to heal, expand your perceptions, and gateway to other dimensions. You are the gateway. We are the gateway. It's none of these like time-specific gateways that we go through. We are always the gateway. We are the portal for everything. So I really feel like this is a powerful time for you if you're willing, and it feels like you have been willing to address what is in your experience so that you can expand. If you're feeling overwhelmed by the depth of your sorrow, the layers of the pain, and any of that, breathe in. Layers of guilt and shame, I just heard. Breathe in. Don't forget your trace minerals and iodine. I feel that those 2 things are critical and incredibly important for you at this time, as well as sunshine and dear Mother Earth beneath your bare feet. If you'd like to work with me, information is in the description box below. If this message was supportive to you, please do let me know in the comments down below. Thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. Thank you so much for being here. It's truly my honor and privilege to share and be of service in this way. I see you, I feel you, I love you, and I'm so grateful for your presence in my life now and eternally. So take good care of yourself, everyone. Until next time, namaste.